Greetings, Commanders. My name is Pathfinder, and today we're going to talk about the return of Battleworld. That's right, Null is back to wreak havoc on Commanders everywhere. But before we get into that, make sure to leave a comment about your favorite team, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to not miss out on any of the latest news and updates in Marvel Strike Force. Battleworld is returning soon, and we wanted to make you aware of some key changes. As we mentioned in our early 2025 preview blog, Battleworld would be a monthly event consisting of 4 total days, 3 regular zones and a boss zone. The first 3 zones will have 3 missions each: an elite mission which requires Astral or a secondary team, a Herald mission, and a standard mission, all which will have their own unique requirements and mods to make the battles a little more challenging. For now, Spec Ops will not be returning on this first instance of Battleworld, but that could change in the future. Let's take a look at some of the missions and their requirements for this upcoming instance of Battleworld. Zone 1's standard mission will be global and hero and have the following mods. On an enemy striker's turn, flip offense down on that character and barrier that character for 5% of that character's max health. The Herald mission, which requires global and villain, will have the following mods. Enemy characters will gain 200% damage and armor while below 50% max health. On turn, if a character has taunt, gain offense up. On turn, all allies with offense up will gain an assist, and the enemy gore will act first and has 300% critical hit damage. Lastly, the elite mission requires Astral or Spider Society and have the following mods. When an enemy character has taunt, all other enemies gain 15,000 armor. When a positive effect is applied to an enemy character, increase the duration of all positive effects on that enemy by 1. Zone 2's standard mission requires City and Villain and will have the following mods. When a Fortifier character uses an ultimate ability, spread positive effects on that character except for regeneration to adjacent allied characters. On enemy death, enemies gain immunity and regeneration, and player character healing is reduced by 20%. The Herald mission, which requires City and Hero, will have the following mods. On spawn, Doom, Loki, Emma Frost, X-Men, and Ares gain the Cabal trait. Special abilities will cost 2 more ability energy, and ultimate abilities will cost 2 less ability energy. When an enemy character dies, ally characters gain 2 ability energy. The enemy Ares has 375% damage, minus 25% speed, and starts the battle charged. Ares will target the character with the highest current health. Finally, the Astral or Extreme X-Men Elite mission has the following mods. When a positive effect is applied to an enemy character, increase the duration of all positive effects by 1. On an enemy striker's turn, flip offense down on that character and barrier that character for 5% of that character's max health. And while an enemy character has taunt, all other enemies gain 15,000 armor. Finally, in Zone 3, the standard mission requires Cosmic and Hero and has the following mods. Player character healing is reduced by 20%. When an enemy uses their basic attack, they apply Bleed to the primary target. When the enemy uses a special ability, they apply Heal Block to the primary target. And when an enemy uses their ultimate ability, they apply Blind to the primary target. On enemy death, enemies gain immunity and regeneration. The Herald mission, which requires Cosmic and Villain characters, have the following mods. When an enemy uses their basic attack, apply Bleed. When an enemy uses their special ability, they apply Heal Block. And when an enemy uses their ultimate ability, they will apply Blind to the primary target. All characters gain 50% max barrier. On spawn, barrier yourself for 100% of that character's max health. Gain 100% damage. And on ally death, barrier yourself for 100% of that character's max health. When a vampire minion is defeated, a replacement minion will spawn until 5 of that minion has been defeated. Each successive minion is stronger than the last. Each minion type cleared awards a small amount of victory points. Defeating Oath immediately triggers the victory. Lastly, Elite Mission, which requires Astral or Spider Society, has the following mods. When an enemy character has Taunt, all other enemies gain 15,000 armor. When an enemy uses their basic attack, they apply Bleed to the primary target. When an enemy uses their special ability, they apply Heal Block to the primary target. When an enemy uses their ultimate, they apply Blind to the primary target. With the events being monthly, the missions and their mods and requirements may possibly change in order to keep things fresh and exciting. Let's move on to talking about the King in Black. Upon Battleworld's return, we have fixed 2 issues Null had before we put Battleworld on pause. The first is that bleed damage will no longer break the cap of damage Null can take, so prep now for this major change. We've also made sure that characters cannot be revived during the Battleworld boss fight. Null will be a powerful foe to defeat, so prepare yourselves today. But what about the shards I will receive? Because of the amount of time Battleworld has been on pause and the new monthly event, we have made some changes to the amount of shards you can receive of Null. On the highest difficulty, you will be able to receive up to 100 Null shards, and you can see based on the graphic on the screen how many Null shards you can acquire based on the difficulty you choose. Keep in mind this may change in the future, so this is what you can expect for this first run. The difficulty you can start on is based on the difficulty your alliance made it to during Battleworld's initial release. We truly hope that upon Battleworld's return, your experience is not only rewarding, but enjoyable. Before we go, we do want to let you know that we're already hard at work on our second instance of Battleworld that will be later this year. We'll have more news on this in an upcoming Strike Spot, so make sure to keep an eye on our YouTube channel for that. That's it for now, Commanders. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Strike Spot. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Battleworld will return February 18th. Have a good day.